Growing up in high school and middle school, 16, 17 especially, it's like years where you're really forming like, oh, okay, who am I gonna be? Not only do I suffer from anxiety and depression, but I got in a very bad car accident. I got hit by a semi-truck. I was depressed for a while, I stopped doing life.
When I was 8 months old, I was diagnosed with a genetic disorder called neurofibromatosis. They found 2 brain tumors. And so then I went on chemotherapy. And then when I was in 7th grade, that same tumor showed progression. So then I went on chemo throughout 7th grade. I was really started getting in that like depression where I was like, why do I have to go through this? Like, why me?
I've been in 4th of July parades my entire life, so this was nothing different. At 10:14, we heard the shots, and initially I thought that they were fireworks, and then I started to realize that they were not. It's semi kind of like a blur, but I think that we were the first ones to actually start running. After the parade, I ended up having major PTSD. I would try to go for a walk every day past the memorials, and once I would get to the memorials, I would stop and I would go back home just because it became too much. I realized that I needed something to take care of because I wasn't taking care of myself. You want to go for a walk? That's how I decided to get Teddy. You ready? Through Paws for Patrick.
An animal cannot judge you. It cannot tell you mean words. It loves you unconditionally. And to feel that life loving you is just an undeniable form of help, really.
Paws for Patrick is dedicated to connecting young people who are living with mental illness to emotional support animals and therapy dogs. Patrick was always a warrior. He approached everything with a lot of determination and strength.
Patrick taught me everything I know, how to love, especially how to love animals.
He was an animal lover. He had his own dog, Cece, and she was his soulmate.
She was always with him and always there for him.
He also lived with a lot of mental illness, depression, and anxiety, and it lived with him for most of his life. He had a bad day. He had a really, really bad day and died by suicide because of it.
In those worst moments of our lives, my mom was there ready to do something.
We knew how much Cece helped Patrick.
It has to be something with dogs.
It was, I think, 6 weeks after he passed where we had our first meeting, and it just sort of grew from there. We are in over 30 states throughout the country helping people.
An emotional support animal is a companion animal that having it nearby reduces a person's symptoms that are related to their mental health disorder.
When somebody fills out an ESA request form online, we then hook them up with a volunteer wish granter.
They helped me get Barley, and I'm just so grateful for that. She's always there for me, like no matter what.
Before I got him, I really didn't have like kind of a directional outlook on life, or at least a positive directional outlook. My way of getting out of that was, meeting him, meeting Jiff.
He needed an ESA, and he was brave enough to ask for our help.
Paws for Patrick really did make like an instrumental change in my life. They were extremely, extremely helpful. I got out of a lease from a landlord. You're not allowed to deny an ESA legally, and he was trying to make it a little more difficult for me. Paws for Patrick helped me get out of that lease. The financial assistance with getting him into the training is incredibly helpful.
I'm doing a lot better. Like when I talk to my therapist, she's like, I feel like I'm talking to a whole nother person.
Definitely feel like I can just connect to people more, and I can have that emotional connection that I've been missing for a long time. You just get unconditional love and unconditional friendship.
When I say that Teddy has saved my life, he is what got me through all of that trauma and all of that PTSD.
Not everybody can have a dog or a cat in their home, but they still can feel the benefits. We have our therapy dog program where we have over 25 therapy dogs, and we have helped thousands of people.
Paws for Patrick, it's the best thing in the world. They come every Friday.
It's really, really helped the kids in our program since they, by nature, tend to be a bit anxious, depressed.
They feel so much more safe and comfortable, which I think is so important for their treatment and just their overall happiness.
We know we can help a lot of people by bringing them animals, but we can help so many more people that we never interact with every time we help to reduce the stigma.
Someone goes and breaks a bone, they go get a cast. Similar for mental health. Someone needs to seek out assistance and talk to a therapist. That should be just as normalized.
It's okay not to be okay.
I think anybody who's lost a child, they never want people to forget about their child. And Paws for Patrick helps keep Patrick alive. And then to see all the help that it does for others is the main reason we do it.
I know that he would be very proud of us. It just exponentially grew so much, so fast. It's been amazing to see all the people we've been able to reach and help already, and so much more to come.
Paws for Patrick changed my life. And I'm just so grateful for them.